Hey guys, in this video, I wanted to give you a quick little emergency tool and your very first teeny little introduction into EFT or emotional freedom technique or tapping. Now, tapping typically looks like touching spots all over your face and on your body and saying some very specific things, and I will get there. However, I wanted to give you something incredibly simple that can help you in practically any situation. First, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever had a day that was a pretty good day, but then you get to the end of it and you feel like crap, and either you can't acknowledge the good things that happened, even though logically you're thinking you want to, or you can acknowledge them, but then you have all of this old stuff dredging up, or all of these emotions coming out of nowhere, and you're just angry, or you're sad, you're depressed, you're anxious. It feels like this PTSD is coming on full bore when you thought, man, I thought I was past this. Do you remember in the trauma video where I talked about how the brain, when you start to swoop down into that comfort level, that it pulls you back up? That is typically what's happening here. It's not anything broken with you. This is your brain doing what it thinks is helping you to survive. And remember how I said you cut it off from that dance by giving it a suggestion to maybe turn a little bit in a different direction? This is the turn. This is one of the tapping spots in EFT, and it's right here along the blade of the hand. It's right dead center, but you want to make sure you get it, and it's okay if you get a little bit over. So I like to just line all of my fingertips along it. That's the easiest thing to do, and this is pretty typical to see in tapping as well. And when you tap, it can be just as light as when you're strumming your fingertips on a desk. It doesn't have to be any harder than that, and harder does not equal better. So doing this is not going to help you more than doing this. And this is something you can do discreetly. You have your hand maybe sitting in your lap and you're sitting here doing this. No one has to know what it's for. Now, when you find yourself in that mode of freaking out, or I feel depressed, why can't I appreciate today, and all of these things, try and stop the judgment, start to tap, and then continue the judgment. What? No, I mean it. Continue thinking exactly what you were, because what this is doing is sending that conflicting signal to the brain. So you've got this one conversation going, right? And it's just getting those stress hormones higher and higher. And then this is saying, well, so you're going, man, something is really wrong with me. I just can't calm down. Well, all this good stuff is out. My brain is broken. Well, let yourself express. Get all of those emotions out. Just do this at the same time, okay? And what you're going to feel after a little while is maybe you don't feel so strongly anymore about how you were feeling. And maybe you're giving yourself a bit of a break. And maybe you're thinking, okay, well, this situation kind of sucks, but I can go to bed and tomorrow will be better. Well, I can give myself a break. I actually did pretty well today, even though I felt all of these things. That is your brain accepting the input. So when you start to have that switch, even if it's just the tiniest little switch, even if it's just a that's a switch too. Give yourself this opportunity to, one, accept and express what's going on, but two, have this as part of the conversation. I hope this is helpful to you. I'll see you again soon.